Hello, I'm Dana of Stories with Auntie Dana. We have a book today from the brother builders, our builder brothers, Jonathan and Drew Scott. And they actually have a couple of their own TV shows where they actually renovate houses. So it's really exciting. They started some children's books, and we're going to find out what Better Together is all about. There, I see them. Oh, yes, and something exciting at the end. We're going to make our own. This is like a soapbox derby card. I did a practice one, and it's not the whole thing. I just did some designs and colors and made a seat, but I'll show you step by step. That was just the practice one. Okay. Ready? Builder Brothers Better Together. Drew and Jonathan Scott, illustrated by Kim Smith. Okay. And Auntie Dana reads much better with her glasses these days, so let's go ahead and do that. Drew and Jonathan are identical twins, and they're also each other's best friend. They go everywhere together, and they do everything together. So there we see them having an ice cream, hanging around town. Look, cried Jonathan. There in the window, their town was sponsoring a soap box derby race. It says we get to build our own race car, said Drew. And they've got prizes too, said Jonathan. Oh yeah, we're in it to win it, the brothers cried. To the hardware store. We should build the lightest car, said Drew. Lighter means a fast start. We should build the heaviest car, said Jonathan. Heavier means more momentum downhill. That means going faster downhill. Streamlined is better, said Drew. Bigger is better, said Jonathan. The more they talked, the less they agreed. Oh, you can see their faces starting to get a little annoyed. When the brothers got home, they were still arguing. He hates all my ideas, Jonathan complained. No, he hates mine, Jonathan shot back. Drew shot back. Jonathan wasn't talking to Jonathan. Mom just shook her head. Remember, boys, teamwork makes the dream work. It's always better when you work together. But the brothers wouldn't listen. I'm building my own race car, said Jonathan. Me too, said Drew. They each designed scribble, scribble, scrabble, and sawed voompa, voompa, shoompa, and hammered bim, bim, bam, their own cars. I'm taking home that prize tomorrow, said Drew. Not if I take it first, said Jonathan. So they are building their cars side by side, but separately. On race day, the brothers pushed their cars into the waiting zone. Jonathan and Drew shook hands. May the best man win, they said. Or woman, Rapid Rita, last year's winner, corrected them. Right, may the best person win, they agreed. But all the while, each was thinking, that's me. Starting line, everybody lining up. Everyone lined up for the race. Down Hawkeye Hill, kapow, went the starting gun, and away they rolled. Oh, look at kapow. And all have people cheering them on. Let's go, Rita. Go. Go, Drew and Jonathan. Can you hear the crowd cheering? Whoosh. Rounding the first curve, Jonathan pulled ahead of the pack. Try as he might, Drew's car hung near the rear. Maybe Jonathan was right, he thought. Heavier is better. But when he rounded the second curve, he saw Jonathan's car had broken an axle. It was too heavy. He was out of the race. Drew bit his lip. Jonathan's car wouldn't have gotten so heavy if they hadn't been trying so hard to one-up each other. He only had a split second to make a decision. But he knew there was really only one decision to make. I'm missing my co-pilot, said Drew as he pulled over. Need a lift? Teamwork makes the dream work, cried Jonathan. I'm in. Others still racing. Oh, look, he's so happy to see his brother pull over. I'm happy. That makes me happy too. They quickly added Jonathan's spoiler to the back of Drew's car. The spoiler is this fancy thing here. Gave a push and hopped inside. And what do you know? They were better together. With both boys on board, the car was heavier. It zipped past the corn cob. And the shark, Zow, and the rat mobile, alley-oop. As the finish line approached, they were just a hair behind the leader, Rapid Rita. You can see how close they are. Finish line. And that's exactly where they finished. Second place, so close. The twins congratulated Rita and took their second place prize. I think we learned something, said Jonathan. Yeah, said Drew. Even though we had different ideas, they were both good ideas. Next time, let's team up sooner. You got it, said Drew. There's nothing we can't do as a team because we're always better together. Oh, good for them. And so there's a craft about building our own mini race car. So what you will need is a toilet paper roll. Now I've gone ahead and I've put some colors on there like racing stripes and some stars at the front, and of course Auntie's rock. And the one thing was making a little seat for a person to sit. So what I did is, and you probably want an older kid or a grown-up, all right, to help you with this, because you want to take like, now I put it on a hard surface so that there would be no chance of anything hitting my hand on the other side, and then poke a hole, and then poke in a hole and just little snips around so that it's a U shape basically, and then push it from underneath, go in, push it under. Now I wrote on the back of the seat, Zoom. Okay, so what we are wanting to do, I went ahead of time and I cut out some circles for the tires, and then the smaller part of the tire, some circles, and to make them more or less the same size, I took a vitamin bottle and traced around. But you can find anything from your home to be able to do that. There's even anything that's a nice circle. This is a lip chap, right? And so we are going to go ahead and glue those tires on. That's going to make it look even more like a race car, right? So we've got one. There's one, the first one. And two. So you can see ahead of time that what I did when I cut out the black ones, then the gray ones, I just gave a quick glue for those as well. Okay, we're on tire number 3. And I mean, if you're going to switch sides, 3. And the last one. And then we have one more thing to glue on after this. Glue that. There. I'm starting to look more like a car, a vehicle. The last thing is the steering wheel, right? Okay. So we're going to glue this one. Right, so this is our seat. So the back of the person will be there. So we want to put this. It's a little tricky, but I know we can do it. Okay, can you see I'm trying to stick it there? That's all right. You know what? I'm going to put it up there because that's just where it fits best. And then a little person to sit in there. This is a Lego person, but you can use whatever little toy you would like. There we are. Our very own cute little box car. Oh my gosh, thank you so much again for listening to that story with me and watching me do the craft, because maybe you'll try it one day too. See you next time. Bye-bye.